God killer, we make those ring bass from the cannons. Use me, NW Cole, clear vision, hilltop roots, no gimmicks. Montgomery, just the tempo, race this turn. Info heavy, show sources, don't chit chat, no proof, fall back. Quick, Rogers Ave, where I'm at, another Pequee, stay intact. Park Heights, facts ready, Liberty Heights, no ferry. Yo, playing weak, full fast. Gear review, hold that. Methods first, no myth, you replicate, then it's legit. God killer, we make bells ring, bass in the cannons, haze ring. You promote pseudo, dust cap, stick or swim, better adapt. I just have, talk slick love, another Pequee, move quick love. Show sources, don't chit chat, no proof, fall back. Quick, NW Cole, clear vision, hilltop roots, no gimmicks. Correlation, ain't cause headlines, love, applause. Rogers Ave, no fake flex, Novin Pequee, no late text. Dion Riley, fact step, say less, learn up, then rap. Mondom and shift the tempo. Rest this down and fall heady. Park Heights, facts ready. Liberty Heights, no ferry. Dark killer, we make bells ring, bass from the cannons, ears ring, he promote pseudo, that's cap, sink or swim, better adapt. Rogers Ave, talk slick, nah, Northern Pequee, move quick, nah, Rogers Ave, no fake flex, Northern Pequee, no latex, show source, don't chit chat, no proof, phone back, quick, DOI link, fact stamp, say less, learn up, then rap. Shirley Avenue, Shirley Avenue, Shirley Avenue, Shirley Avenue. God killer, we make those ring, bass from the cannons, use me, NW Cole, clear vision, hilltop roots, no gimmicks. Montgomery, just the tempo, race this turn. Info heavy, show sources, don't chit chat, no proof, fall back. Quick, Rogers Ave, where I'm at, another Pequee, stay intact. Park Heights, facts ready, Liberty Heights, no ferry. Yo, playing weak, full fast. Gear review, hold that. Methods first, no myth, you replicate, then it's legit. God killer, we make bells ring, bass in the cannons, haze ring. You promote pseudo, dust cap, stick or swim, better adapt. I just have, talk slick love, another Pequee, move quick love. Show sources, don't chit chat, no proof, fall back. Quick, NW Cole, clear vision, hilltop roots, no gimmicks. Correlation, ain't cause headlines, love, applause. Rogers Ave, no fake flex, Novin Pequee, no late text. Dion Riley, fact step, say less, learn up, then rap. Mondom and shift the tempo. Rest this down and fall heady. Park Heights, facts ready. Liberty Heights, no ferry. Dark killer, we make bells ring, bass from the cannons, ears ring, he promote pseudo, that's cap, sink or swim, better adapt. Rogers Ave, talk slick, nah, Northern Pequee, move quick, nah, Rogers Ave, no fake flex, Northern Pequee, no latex, show source, don't chit chat, no proof, phone back, quick, DOI link, fact stamp, say less, learn up, then rap. Shirley Avenue, Shirley Avenue, Shirley Avenue, Shirley Avenue.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? What it do? What it do? What it do? Man, it's a good one this morning, man. It's a good one. Evolution and creation. Man, is it a conflict? Do they conflict with each other? Do they? Man, I've always felt like people didn't have enough, shall I say, quote unquote, make sure I get the title right. Do they conflict with each other? I always felt like people didn't have enough information to really, or enough command of the subject to really get this off to the people, man. And you'll see a lot of people who don't believe, will fight against the religious amongst us. And in that, at times they make mistakes. You know, my job is to promote science and science literacy because I always understood that to be a very powerful tool in our community. Literacy unto itself is a powerful tool. We know for sure that kids that are literate stay out of prison more often than kids that are not literate. You know what I'm saying is the juvenile system are full of kids that can't read. This thing get them young, man. And there's a direct correlation between reading and going to jail. So don't question me on about what I'm teaching. How can I use that today? I had a young boy question me on that. It was in the back chats, in the alleys, Facebook, called the alleys. Y'all trying to get up with me. Y'all can catch me in the alleys. All right. I be in a barbarian group. Been there for about 7-8 years. I like being in there because I'm a regular guy. But they be coming, people be sneaking through, realize who I am, and start talking reckless and get beat down. And that's what normally happens. Get beat down. But with scientific literacy and all that, how can that help me today? How can me knowing about evolution? Because this is why I'm doing this lecture. How can evolution help me today? I say, bro, it's not the fact of evolution helping you today. It's about being literate and literacy that will help you later on in your damn life. But oh, he was ignorant. Yeah, the young boys always get ignorant. And that's not all the young boys. You know, I lecture to a whole crop of intelligent young people. Just got to know where to find them. Normally, they're not hanging on the street corner. That's something stupid I did. Craziest thing ever. Going to college and get out. Go to college and then hit the block at school. Or hit the block before you go to school in the evening. The hell was going on in my mind? I don't even know. Well, we're here today, man. Let's see how many people we got. 38,000 in the building, man. We want to get to at least 40, man. Yeah, some people just say anything, man. Yeah. Hey, you meet. Let me see. So I want to, to start this thing off. What's going on, Muhammad? Great discussion yesterday, bro. I always appreciate your discussions, man. It pushed the conversation. And you don't be trying to hear it. I mean, like, either way, whatever side it fall on, when you got your mind in it, you be like, nah. And it just be some tweaking at times. Just some small tweaking, right? Small tweaking. I think I have it pulled up before I get into my lecture because this is a good one here. And I want y'all to enjoy it. All right. Yeah, I do. I want y'all to enjoy it. And, I actually, I appreciate the people, man. I do. I want to make sure everybody make it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you to say, if I can't work and make it, I'm going to steal it and take it. No, I don't say that. Woo wee, boy. Boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Let me find this source right here. All right. And I always got the clean sources. I got the clean, easy to read sources. I'm going to tell you. Don't hit me Don't hit me with the extraordinary source where I can barely comprehend. I got to look up every word every 2 minutes. Oh, man. No. I ain't going to do y'all like that. I want y'all to get it the way I got it. I ain't get it with a whole lot of super complicated, the catered and the complicated, the super duper, with every Greek word. Nope. That ain't how I got it, yo. And y'all ain't figured out why the hell I listen to experts neither, which is appalling. It's definitely appalling. Listen to the experts because they do a better job of explaining complicated subjects. And that is the difference between an expert and a novice. So the more simplified I make it, that's the bet I'm doing. I'm doing a better job of mimicking an expert. Now I said mimic. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Man, yo, where is that daggone source, yo? Hold on, man. Shoot. Man, big up to everybody in the building, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Y'all see I'm on a double stream, man. Right? Community Skeptics, sa.neter TV, man. We want to big up sa.neter, man. Big up him, bro. Got to, man. Got to big up him and his wife, man. Wives. All right? Big up them. And I think the important, hold on, let me find this right, because this is a nice little source. Y'all can share this with y'all kids, man. Everything I give, man, I give it so you can pass it on to your next generation, yo. Simple as that. Where is this daggone source? Where is the source? I ain't moving till I get this source, man. Y'all got National Council? Nah. National Academy. I think I'm looking for the National Academy. National Academy. The Science Education Standards. Nah. American Association for Advancement of Science. What? We always talking crazy about white people. Why the hell you think white people spend so much money in that area, yo? You ever thought about that? Yeah, I should think about that. All right. I think it's on page 20. If I remember, the publication, I believe it's on. Let me see. I don't know. Why the building get up? Why y'all get up here? It's going to be litty. All right. Let me see. I want y'all to get, anyway, this is a nice word size on it. You know what I mean? Shoot. Let me see. Science literacy and public perception of science. Oh, man. No, I got to get you the page, man. But I definitely want y'all to get this document right here. Where is the damn page? You know what? We navigate that phone so much, so that phone is a killer. The phone is a killer. Let me see. Right here. Because I couldn't believe we was on that show last night, man, and shit got that popping off. I was like, what, yo? I started saying, am I doing a good job or what the hell am I doing? I started to say, man, I might not be as clear as I think I am. I'm up this motherfucker excuse my language. I'm up here thinking I'm clear. I ain't clear. Y'all sitting there arguing with me over a simple thing. I said, I can't be clear. You know what I mean? And, I'm willing to take that. Because people like Omar, he always support. He ain't never trying to, he like the super pushback. But he ain't got no larceny in his heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me share this screen. He definitely ain't got no larceny in his damn heart. Right? And some people come up here and challenge, they ain't got no larceny in their heart. Right? And then you got the ones that ain't got nothing but larceny in their heart and they stuck on stupid. So right here, this is the National Science Education Standard, man. You got the babies right there, yo. Principles and definitions, man. I want y'all to take this source, man. National Academies. Yeah, y'all know Dr. Mayat presented here too, just for the record, yo. We in there. See, that's another thing. Big up to Dr. Mayat. Right? She presents at the National Academies. That's the level. She presents at the level. So that's why y'all see I had to curb my daggone behavior. So don't get up here wilding out and I start wilding out and we start getting personal and we just forget all about the babies, yo. Whatever you think you believe, whatever I think you believe, it ain't more important than the ones coming up after us, yo. So we need to work together on this, yo. Because that's where I get triggered and I gotta do better, but I can't do it. Can't do it no more. Now it's counterproductive in what I'm doing. This lady is all up in the academies and I be acting a fool sometime. Right? And it don't even matter if I'm right or not. That's the part that's crazy. The right part don't matter. All right, here we go. Let me see if y'all can see this. I'll probably make it a little bit bigger for y'all. All right, y'all can type this in your local search. Doom. All right, serious work right here. We was on that discussion about that court case, remember? People were saying, what the hell? I had a nut come up here. It was like, what? Said we was coning. We was coning. If coning, now we talking about the court case. And we was talking about how in the court case, we talking about Carmelo Anthony, the young brother that got 35 years, right? And there's some things that was glaring, right? Like, for instance, the jury pool that they had to pick from. He ended up getting an all-white jury, right? Is that a jury of peers? That's a conversation. It's counterintuitive. It ain't what you think. A person don't got to look like you to be your peer, right? But, man, you want to have as many of you on the panel that can at least, like, we feel like if you grew up the way I grew up, you're going to have a better understanding. And you don't have to have a particular color to understand. Right? If you grew up around us, you can understand that. I grew up in the Jewish community and we can understand each other. They will be my peers, right? All right. Same demographic, same social economic status. That's your peer. But when when we in a point where you just got an all-white jury, right? Because they ain't had enough black people to even pick from. So they could just eliminate 3 of them or 2 of them because that's their right. They come up with based off of that criterion that each side will set, right? And so y'all don't know how this definition right here explains how we could have had a better selection in the jury. And let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something. Look, right here. Scientific literacy. Scientific literacy, I'm going to highlight it as I read it. Scientific literacy is the knowledge and understanding of scientific concepts. Okay, so I'm going to do the creation and evolution, right? Big Bang, I'm going to do that, right? Protons, neutrons, evolution, all the Charles, you know what I'm saying? But goddamn, that's one part of it, y'all. So stop saying, yo, what the hell do evolution and protons and atoms got to do with the court case? No, nigga, you can't read. It's obvious. The definition is bigger than you can comprehend because you Wikipedia ain't gonna help. Go to the goddamn main joint. Right? Man, 400 pages right here. Y'all can find anything you want. So yes, scientific literacy is the knowledge and understanding of scientific concepts. When I'm beating y'all up, I'm using that. Now, that word here, right, for those who are slow is and. What does the word and mean? Mean there's some other parts to it that y'all not catching and I must not be doing a good job. See what I'm saying? Because I had people coming at our head, oh, well, it ain't got nothing to do with it. I was like, what? And processes required for personal decision making. Now, what the hell does this have to do with it? Now, look, in the processes required for personal decision making. Listen, man. Talked about this the other day. Big up to my son, he graduated. But the brother got suspended in his last day of school. Guess what he got suspended for? They was playing a game that required them to shoot each other with water guns. Both my daughters went to the same school, and it's something they have at the end of the year. And the dumb school, watch this, y'all, and the dumb school advocates for it and promotes it. But you can't have guns on school property. You can't have it in the park, can't have it around it. So if you can't, and this is the part that I got mad. I was saying, but wait a minute. If you already know you're going to suspend these kids, if they're on school property with guns, you know damn well they drive cars, they're going to have a water gun in their car, they're going to jump out before they go to you. I said, you put them in a position to fail. So he forgot, see, the gun was in his book bag, see, and they found the water gun and he got suspended. See what I'm saying? A water gun on school property. That was a bad decision, right? But he understand why it was bad. Now, I also bought him a knife. He ain't had that on him, though. See what I'm saying? It's a decision he made. Don't carry that knife in school, bro. Or no school events, it's the same damn thing. It's treated the same way. You understand that? And so this part of it is we need to make better decisions. We need to make better decisions around our diet, around our exercise, right? That's our health. Better decisions around community activism. Better decisions of picking and choosing who the hell you listen to. If you don't even know what the hell they saying, like example Malachi Yoke, most niggas don't know what he was saying. Couldn't understand, and you got God on the flim-flammery. Dr. Sabi, the same things. Half y'all over there mad at me because I just said Dr. Sabi, because you don't got the tools required for personal decision making and figure out who you should listen to. You shouldn't. See what I'm saying? This is part of scientific literacy. Now watch this. Required for personal decision making. And I know that the brother that's going to lose his life in prison for 34 years, he's sitting around wishing he could have made a better decision on whether he should have whipped out the knife or not. Now, for me, I probably would have took my lumps or better conflict resolution, right? Looked at the white boys and laughed at them, right? And just left and came back and beat the hell out of them. When I got some people with me. But I don't think I'm making a decision, even if they hit me first, to just immediately whip out something I know I ain't supposed to have. I'm going to always be cognizant of that. But yes, we all make mistakes, but you will pay for your mistakes in America. And we know for sure that African Americans, or whatever the hell you think you are, right, you will pay more dearly than everybody else around you. Same thing with the daggone COVID. You pay more dearly than everybody else around you. Now, whether you agree with the medical treatment or not, based off your level of not understanding, or shall I say ignorance, it's on you. But we know we pay a high price. We pay a high price for being poor. We pay a high price for when we get sick. We pay high prices. We pay higher prices for our youth not being educated. They in prison more often. Shooting at each other outside. Ignorance. But that's across the board with all humans. Specifically in America. Ain't no free pass in America. Literacy is the key. So, now watch this. This is the one. Look, participation in civic and cultural affairs. Well, what the hell do y'all think that is? Back to the jury pool. Part of your civic duty as a community activist or a person that cares about their community and their cultural affairs. You know what the hell a cultural affair is? What is your civic duty? To vote, to understand the laws of the land, to understand why the hell you even in America in the first place, and what is your civic duty to uphold that. Malcolm, Martin Luther King and them, they understood their damn civic duty. So how the hell is civic duty not part of scientific literacy, and how the hell ain't that part of the damn case? Because you could have had a better jury pool if we understand our civic duties. We can create voting blocks. Don't vote, don't vote, don't vote. I hear a lot of black power, blacked out by review people how about don't vote. Really? Yeah, you are abandoning your civic duty, and that's why I'm giving you scientific literacy so you don't abandon it. How in the hell are you gonna fight the system if you can't? If you outside of the damn system, you beat the system from within. Look at Malcolm, right? Look at their trials and tribulations and their failures, right? And look at Martin Luther King, right? And look at his failures and successes, though, and y'all can weigh it out. They fought the system from within, yo. Now, y'all might put it on Christianity and something wild, but I'm putting it on them understanding their civic duties. I'm putting it on the highly intelligent, Thurgood Marshall, top-notch lawyer, law mind in America, the first black person on the daggone Supreme Court. You can attribute that to God and whatever you think you want to, but it was that understanding of the civic duties is what made the damn movement so powerful and put us in a position to continue to fight. And the fact that you understand your civic duty, right, will make you know that we ain't won, that we need to continue to push forward. But it's understanding your civic duty. Now, how about cultural affairs? Who you are, your culture, what is it that your culture presents that will put you in a favorable position? What is the strengths of the culture? What is the weakness? What are the cultural affairs? How's that not part of it? And then watch this. Watch this. And economic productivity. We talking about economic literacy, being literate in economics, bro. The economic policies that are in the United States, the productivity, your economics, how productive are you on the family level? How you run your bill, how you do this? Man, how the hell? That's all part of scientific literacy. So don't get up here talking about that scientific, that science, that got nothing to do with nothing. Shut the hell up, and you don't know what you're talking about. You just yabbity yap, yabbity yap, yabbity, and you're a clown to me. Because you talking us to death with no substance, with no reality that can help us move forward. The craziest thing ever. So yes, let me give y'all this source. Let me drop it in the chat. So we ain't got to sit up here and act like scientific literacy don't help move and push the damn community forward. The world agrees on it. Crazy. There you go. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do what I normally don't do. You want your questions answered, right? You go ahead and put them, hit that super chat, man. Answer your question. But I'm gonna slide you in real quick, Logic, because you got a lot of mouth. I know how you think. And you know at the end of the day, I always beat you up. Based off the way you think. It's not logical. The very fact, and I do this out of love, my heart. The very fact that you can't, watch this. You write this, you say, after you admit that the science you celebrate is built off of black of slaves, you just wrote it crazy. When your worldview is built off of slaves too, your lens has shifted. You no longer stand on black shoulders. Yeah. Incoherent. The statement itself is incoherent. See, you can understand how something was built. Say a ship. And the ship itself may be built off of slave labor. But you got to get across the damn ocean and show the slaves themselves use the ideas that built the damn ships and build a damn ship and sail across the ocean. See what I'm saying? Just because the money that was produced the largest global economy during colonialism was based off of slave labor, don't mean the thing that it produced should not be used in your liberation. Tripping, yo. Knocked you out quick, fast, in a hurry. All right, let's get to these presentations. We got it there. Let me see, Muhammad. What'd you say, Muhammad? Yes, great point, bro. Great point. Watch this. He say, but to be fair, if Austin also used scientific literacy and applied critical thinking upright. See what I'm saying? So if y'all sitting there thinking that I'm saying that the only person that needed some daggone rational thinking, yo, was Carmelo, y'all ain't got no damn sense and y'all just here because you hating. Right. That's why we teach. We don't say the teaching stop at the black community. Man, we got all people listening to the shows because a more scientifically literate world starts to kill the ignorance. AE color racism. It was through scientific literacy that they realized that making you saying you not human because of the color of your skin was pseudoscience. And so the world admits it. Remember, quote unquote, UNESCO? Well, y'all know what UNESCO is, right? Y'all got to know what UNESCO is. Quote unquote, UNESCO put together a scientific, quote unquote, see, UNESCO. Remember, they made the first statements on race because they was trying to push scientific literacy in 1964. As African nations gained independence, UNESCO brought together the leading African international experts and launched a general history of Africa. All right. Advisory initiative to reframe the continent's history from an African perspective. All right. Pioneering work came out of this, right? AE, the quote unquote Cairo Symposium and all that. Remember that? Remember the Cairo Symposium? All right. All that came out of this. All that came out of this. The general history of Africa. All right. All right. And if you know anything about UNESCO, right? General history, UNESCO, they made 5 statements on race, ladies and gentlemen. 5 statements. General history. Let me see. Let me see here. Let me get this right. I'm gonna put this in here. Watch this. All right, because they was pushing for literacy, man, and that's the only way the condition at least had a favorable. Hold on, look, and y'all should know the show. Look, here you go. See, right here, UNESCO. They make the first statement on race after the Great War, yo. 4 statements. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. They made 5, yo. 5 statements on race, yo. 1950, Paris. Statement on the nature of race and race differences. In Paris, 1951. Proposal for biological aspects of race, Moscow, 1964. Statement on race and racial prejudice, Paris, September 1967. Then you got other statements including the Declaration and Elimination of All Form of Racial Discrimination, 1963, Declaration on Race and Racial Prejudice, 1978, and the last one, Tolerance, Declaration of Principles of Tolerance, 1995. Right. They promoting scientific literacy. They're educating the world that was ignorant of it. Right. It says it right here. The statement, watch this. The statement is the first statement on race issued by UNESCO. It was issued on July 18, 1950, following World War II and Nazi racism. Remember, they thought they was the great white race, the master race, to clarify what was scientifically known about race and as a moral condemnation of racism. Remember, Hitler tried to conquer the world based off of miseducation and actually thinking it was a master race. Y'all forgot that? Blonde hair, blue eyes was the master race. Right. The world actually thought that. At least the intellectuals did. And that's why I always talk about the importance of scientific literacy and the importance of Charles Darwin's theory, because now they had something they could work off of. Prior to that, they only understand on race was based in biblical literature, y'all. What the hell is going on here? Right. So the world promotes scientific literacy. It's why we able to do these shows. Prior to that, Hitler was trying to blow up the damn world, trying to get the thermonuclear weapon. Because he thought it was a race. He actually thought it was different races. The Alpine race, the Northern race, crazy. Anyway, I'm just making my damn points. So I think I want to go in this direction. I think I want to start here. Creation, evolution, the Big Bang. Negating the perceived conflict. Man, let's hit that like button, man. Let's show some love, man. Gotta do this before we go. Make sure y'all love, man. Y'all show some love, man. If y'all like to see me in the morning, man, then show some love, man. Y'all can hit the super chats, man, right there on the Community Skeptics. Hit that tab, right? Go to me. All right. And let me see. Hold on. And his Cash App, go to me. All right. That's just showing some love, man. You know, I like to get my coffee and some lunch or something. All right. That's called support, man. The morning show is a good show. I ain't biased, right? I ain't got no enemies. You know what I'm saying? Except for a couple. Y'all know who y'all is. I ain't talking about you, Logic. You ain't never been my enemy, bro. You just disappointed me, bro. Yep, I'm always disappointed when I feel like when I deem a person as a thinker, this is my personal opinion, then they don't think. And then when they wrong, they don't apologize, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's what get me. That was our issue, bro. But ain't no hate there, man. You know I got love for y'all, yo. Yep. And then some dudes is idiots. I ain't feel like he was an idiot, bro. That's just for the record, yo. So we right here now. There's a conflict between atheists, black atheists, and the conscious community. There's always been a conflict for no reason. I'm not going to sit there and we be in conflict while other communities, white, green, purple, right, they understand the differences right there, yo. All right. And we don't. Yeah. So here we go. Let's get it going. I want to make sure I correct the correctors. So let's get it. Are they in conflict? Let me answer the question. Creation, evolution, and the Big Bang. A lot of times we hear these discussions back and forth fighting each other. Shouldn't. Don't have to. Now, the perceived conflict between these concepts hinges on how creation is defined. Remember that? We always fighting over defined words. Define your words before y'all have conversations. It says this guide distinguishes scientific models from theoretical claims for clarity. Defining creation. The term creation is often used ambiguously, encompassing both theoretical claim and scientific interpretations. Clarifying these distinct meanings is essential. Yeah, y'all can see that on the screen. Make sure me look at my thing, make sure we can see it. Make sure everybody can see it. Let me see, look on here. 1 sec. Let's see what it look like. All right, yep. I see that. Creation as theology. God as the ultimate source or purpose of reality. That's what religious and spiritual people argue for. He's the cause, right? A philosophical or religious claim, not a lab testable mechanism. So we can't test the mechanism of God or what amount of pressure God put on you or what amount of spirituality actually saves the damn day. We can't. It's a can, but watch this, can coexist with natural processes if it does not deny empirical evidence. Key word here. It cannot deny empirical evidence because the empirical evidence has been tested and verified. Scientific theories use empirical evidence and organizes scientific facts. So you can believe in God as long as you don't overwhelm. Keep it where it needs to be. Creationism and science replacement. Presents claims like young Earth or fixed biological kinds as scientific explanations. You can't do it because we have empirical data to give you the age of the Earth. Look up Robert Sinclair. Now, it says makes claims that often conflict with astronomy, geology, and biology. You can't make those claims. There was a global flood. No, we can we know we can check the global flood, man. All right? We understand geology. Often positioned as a direct scientific alternative to evolution and mainstream science. You can't do that. I'm going to say it again. Often positioned as a direct scientific alternative to evolution and mainstream science. That's when you try to use creationism as science replacement, man. The Big Bang model, a scientific history of observable universe. Early expansion, universe expanded from as earlier hot dense state 13.8 billion years ago. An expansion is not a bang. And the terminology, my man Anthony, big up the space age Anthony, he always say, man, that's a horrible way to say a big bang. Because then people, ain't no sound in space, ain't no bang explosion. It's not that. It's an expansion, y'all. Look, nuclear synthesis, right? That's the formation of light elements and first atoms as the universe cooled. In my book, I talk about these things you need to understand. You need to understand the redshift. You need to understand nuclear synthesis to start to understand the Big Bang. But this is the creation of elements. Nuclear synthesis, y'all can look it up. Stars and galaxies. Gravity formed from stars, galaxies, and larger cosmic structures over billions of years. Present day observable universe is 13.8 billion years old with ongoing expansion and structure. Biological evolution. Inherited traits and population change across generations leading to diversification of life. Explains adaptation, common ancestry, speciation, and patterns and fossils and genetics. So they have genetics, they have fossils, right? Speciation, and we understand the changes over populations. That's not for debate. Now, it is a scientific explanation of the natural processes, right? Let me say of natural phenomenon, not a claim about the ultimate purpose or divine essence. Man, person said yesterday, yo, what's the why? I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe your God should tell you the why. Maybe your philosophy talks about the why. Maybe your religious or spiritual tradition talks about the why. Why are we here? Why has this happened? It's you can fill in the blank with it. Why are you here? What is your purpose? That's for you to decide, not science. You always get that mixed up. Let me give y'all the strong conflict points. Young Earth creationism. The Earth is 10,000 years old. Conflicts with modern cosmology, 13.8 billion years old. The Earth is 4.2 billion years old, ladies and gentlemen. The Earth. Denial of deep time, common ancestry, and the fossil record contradicts geology and biology. So they deny deep time and common ancestry. Like a lot of y'all deny the common ancestors, man. Because that's all evolution is explaining. Why, once life gets to Earth, why is it so diverse but yet unified? Or should I say, why is it so diverse, right? But yet we can trace the common ancestry of all life on Earth. It say claims of fixed biological kind conflict with the overwhelming evidence for, look, macroevolution and common descent. Claims of fixed biological kinds. They claim it like humans popped up fully human. It always was a whale. It always was an elephant. It always was a dog. It always was a cat. Y'all have it fixed. So claims of fixed biological kinds conflict with the overwhelming evidence for macroevolution and common descent, y'all. So these are the strong conflicting points. No inherited conflict. Many religious perspectives reconcile creation with scientific findings by viewing creation as the ultimate meaning or purpose. Remember I said that your religion, based off your religion, it gives you meaning and purpose, not science, rather than a direct scientific mechanism for physical phenomenon. Remember we talked about in our lectures on science how the phenomenon is the authority. How long did it take for the phenomenon to become the authority? 350,000 years and then some. Prior to that, it was God, which is man, because man made God. And it was the philosophy, the Greek philosophers or the African philosophers or the Indian philosophers, right? That was the quote unquote top dogs. And then they recognize the phenomenon is actually authority. Not the Greek philosophy, not the gods. It's not the authority. It's the phenomenon itself, which should dictate how we understand the phenomenon. Theistic evolution, evolutionary creation. Trying to help y'all out. God creates thoughtful, lawful, natural processes embracing scientific discovery. See how easy that is? Just say Jesus Christ creates through lawful, natural processes, right? Embracing scientific discovery. Wouldn't God be smart enough to embrace science, y'all? How about Muhammad and Allah? See? Evolution is accepted as the biological mechanism for life diversification, right? Evolution. See, Catholic Church accepts evolution is accepted as the biological mechanism for life's diversification. Remember, evolution does not posit where life came from. It only talks about life after it got to Earth. You could say Jesus Christ put it here. You could say Zeus riding on a bolt of light bolted life here. You could say it. I might laugh at you, but you could say it because the evolution is not saying where the hell life came from. The Big Bang is accepted as scientific history and observable universe. You can accept that. You can just say just before the Big Bang, Kulu did it. I like Kulu better. Views on compatibility. National academies. Science and religion are distinct ways of understanding the world, not necessarily opposing each other. The AAAS belief in evolution does not necessitate atheism. Supporting religious perspective, right? Just because you understand the Big Bang or accept it don't mean you're a damn atheist. And the religious be, man, the atheists be thinking that way. I had a whole conversation like, dude, just because you understand evolution and Big Bang don't make you an atheist. What the hell is wrong with y'all? The issues centers on specific claims being made, not a universal God versus science battle. Key distinctions for clarity. Creation as ultimate cause. No direct scientific conflict if it does not deny the evidence. The Big Bang cosmology, a natural history model, not inherently anti-creation. Evolutionary biology conflicts with fixed species, special creation claims, not necessarily all theology. Young Earth creationism, strong conflict with cosmology, geology, and evolutionary biology. Take home for y'all. Conflict arises from specific literalists, claims denying evidence, not simply God versus science. The core answer: conflict between creation and evolution and the Big Bang arises only when creation makes empirical claims that contradict established scientific evidence, such as the young universe or fixed species, distinguish theology about the ultimate origins from scientific models about natural processes. Some sources for y'all: the National Academy of Science, Science, Evolution, and Creationism. Take a screenshot. NASA Science, Universities, History, Cosmic History. NASA Science, Hubble, Big Bang. National Center for Science Education. Young Earth Creationism. Dialogue of Science, Ethics, and Religion. How can evolution be compatible with faith? And then the Dover School District. That's the Dover Stoop trial, called the Monkey Trials, where intelligent design got beat up. Man. Part 1. To part 2. You know what? I'll save 2 classic examples of evolution, microevolution and macroevolution. I'll save that for the next show, right? Let me see. Let me check my timer, because I know y'all be squirming in y'all damn seats. I don't want y'all scramming in y'all seats, man. Big up the Kent Pseudo Killer Official, man. Big up the King Sosa, man. Big up, man. See, they in the building, man. Heavy. They in there real heavy, man. Real heavy, man. Man, get them likes up, man. Because we cooking with hot grease all day, every day. What? Now you back on the gorilla thing, Logic? Come on, Logic, man. Come on, bro. What are you doing, man? Ignorant. See? Really, yo, that's stupid. Sometimes, man, you can't help everybody, man. Yeah, it's 54 minutes, man. I'm going to drop this link, man. Y'all want to get in. If don't nobody come out and get up out of here, man, big up. Man, make sure y'all hit the server, man. Moderators, put the link in there, man. Yeah, hey, Mika, he can't get me, Mika. Get beat the hell up. What you talking about, Mika? Science is undefeated, man. Nigga can flim-flam, make up things all they want, yo. They're just going to get beat. Crazy, yo. All right, I done dropped the link, man. All right, y'all want to get on, man. We in and out. And so, no, doesn't have to be conflict between the Big Bang, cosmology, and your religious spiritual thing. Y'all can add the why. Science doesn't add the why. The purpose, the philosophical demonstration will do that, man. All right, we got the first Cash App support there, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Yaba, man. Big up. That's love right there, bro. Hope you got something out there, man. All right, man. We try to at least get 5 Cash Apps, man, in this joint, man. 4 left, man. We get some super chats with some questions, man. I dropped the link, man. If y'all want to get in, y'all can get in. Don't come up here with the foolery, yo. You're going to get kicked off immediately, yo. I'm not cussing. I'm not doing none of that. Good discourse is important, yo. You're going to get beat up intellectually. So, talk about what y'all want to talk about. We can move the conversation. Yep, we can move the conversation, but evolution, creation, do they conflict with each other? Right? As for that crowd, there's definitely, jumpy, right? We want that. And make sure y'all like and subscribe, man, to the Community Skeptics, man, Pseudo Killers, man, and quote unquote, the big dog, man, sa.neter TV, man. You know, I run that channel. Appreciate being a part of that team. You know, me and sa.neter have been friends for years, man. Through the ups and downs, man. That's how you figure out who your friends is, through the ups and downs. You ain't never known who your friends is when everybody up. Is when y'all niggas take that dip and that pressure hit. That's when they all fall down, ain't it? Yep. Yep. Even if you agree, you can hit the channel, right? You can hit the link and express yourself, why you agree, why you disagree. You know what I mean? All right. Want to give y'all a chance, hear y'all voices, man. All right. Yep. Wonder what a demon is. Y'all know that's an imaginative thing there. Demons and ghosts and goblins and stuff like that. And the religious people did that, y'all. And the logic ain't gonna hit no daggone. Evil people, okay. I got you. I got you. Man, big up to Joel, man. That's some love right there, bro. Some real love right there. Yeah. I wonder why I done heard people say Charles Darwin is your God. That is crazy, yo. Yep, that's super crazy. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. The PK or the demons. So I wonder why people actually think that the Charles Darwin's a God. That's crazy. Yo. That man just put together, I think, one of the greatest theories, one of, right? I don't think he has the greatest scientific mind. I think Onesimus does. Omar, what's up with you, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on? Shalom, good morning, brother. How you doing?
Salami and bacon. Halawam, 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 wadawap. Wadawap, wap, wap. Oh,
I got
man.
Bobby. You my gato, Bobby. You are
Yeah,
my
yeah.
gato, man.
What's up? What's up with you?
No, I did have a question with you.
What up?
Because like I said, I've been kind of coming over here,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to add things to my tool belt, sharpen my sword up.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, I agree with the scientific literacy thing as far as that having value as far as critical thinking and that allows you to make just pretty solid decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be a fair stretch to say me applying Bible
Mm-hmm.
with scientific literacy, would that be wrong, or
What you
would
mean?
Bible or with Bible um would that be something to a person could add under their tool, as far as a tool belt,
Mm-hmm.
just to make them well-rounded and just pretty solid all around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you
Yeah,
can look at it from that lens,
yeah,
if
you
you
can
can look
use
at
the
it from that
Bible.
lens.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
always, of course, because the Bible's gonna give you your why, yo. Or the Quran gonna give you why we here, why this, my purpose. Yeah, I mean, as long as it don't conflict with established scientific empirical data, as long as you don't try to push that off. Yeah, I mean, you feel me? You gotta meet your YouTube out.
Okay, yeah. I'm turning it down now.
Did
No,
you,
so
you, you, you get my point? That's not an issue, bro. As long as you don't, now, if you
I got
say
you.
the
I
flood,
got you.
the whole world was flooded and all that, ain't no scientific data that can validate that, yo. The earth is already, watch this. The earth is already 75% water, yo. 80% water already. How you gonna flood a water planet? It's called the blue marble. From space, all you see is the water.
Okay.
Damn place is already flooded, yo.
Now I do have to keep it solid. You know what I'm
Keep it
saying?
solid. Keep it where you
Um,
at. Keep it where you at.
so because you specifically said flood,
Yeah.
how would there be multiple different cultures that write about, a flood, and a lot of these cultures ain't even necessarily close by one another.
That's right. Great question. Because I said the damn planet is already flooded. All you need is some extra rain, right? Or some glacial shit melting, which they always do in ebb and flow, and places are gonna flood out. Of course. They found plenty of stuff underwater, bro. Flooded out. So even when we talk about the Western Asian area where we find these flood stories, the Persian Gulf actually did flood out. This was after the Younger Dryas, all right, where these glacials start to melt, right? We coming out of the ice age, the Gunther Dryas, right? These temperatures are warming up by 2 degrees, right? That means a lot across the whole daggone planet. That's a lot more than even 2 degrees sound minimal. It's not. And these ice caps start to melt and they flood out areas. And so there's culture there. And so it destroys culture, bro. And so it's stuck in the memories of the people. And so these flood stories persist. Because, man, just think about it, yo. All you know is water, you flood it out. You hear one day, the next day it's flooding out. It is a disaster for these people, right? And they write these stories. That's not an issue. They just don't understand it. So they put the myth on it because they don't have a geological understanding of why they flooded out. Now, if the Mississippi River overflowed, the rains, it's been a lot of flooding going on a couple months ago, remember? So now we don't think God did it. We don't think God is trying to destroy us now because we understand the phenomenon of flooding. Those people didn't have the tools to understand the phenomenon of flooding. Let me read this super chat real quick. It say, peace, brother Unc. You be consistent for many years. Yeah, consistency. Appreciate you from the UK, man. Hit you with the 20 spot, man. Appreciate that love, man. That super chat, man. That's how we do it. Appreciate you. So yeah, go ahead, Mohammed.
I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying. But a lot of points, that you made the other day. I don't know that the one guy who had came up on here, the Vortex guy.
No, I don't want to talk about him because he take me out of
okay, no
my
sweat,
intellectual.
no sweat.
No, he puts me in a space where like I gotta get. I'm bad at it now, but that means I'm just not having him around. Now I got to put him in the category where I can't have him around me. You know what I'm saying? Some people just can't have around you. You can't handle them being around you, right? Because you just want to do some things that you should not do. Right? There's a certain decorum I gotta have. Like I said, man, you got the sister Dr. Miyat. Man, she's standing up on the podium in the academy, bro. Like the program is flowing now. I don't even bring out the big joker on y'all. I got the big joker. I don't even bring it out. You want to talk about community work? You want to talk about changing decorum, changing how we see the world, how African Americans get STEM? Come on, bro. Bro, I'm in the game. And that's based off of the work of the sister. She put me in the game, right? Based off some ideas, based off some early ideas of wanting education for the people, yo. You know, that's always been my thing, man. But how can I achieve it? Man, ran into Dr. Mayat, yo. She in the profession, she in the big league. She in the big league. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So either you go get the doctor's degree or get somebody with a doctor's degree and talk about your vision with them, yo. When we had like vision. And she the one. Yeah, she the one. She the one. She drive the big oil tanker. Yeah, you know what I mean? She did credit to her, yo. And then the beautiful thing about it, whereas though I had to sway on the YouTube thing, right? I'm a raw squaw, all that. You know what I mean? I'm something around here in this community, whether y'all like it or not. I might just be a dude that just got different ideas. Maybe that's enough, right? But she could take that and she on the big stage for real. But she could have been like a lot of people and kept to herself. I say all that to say it's a certain way I gotta act based off the respect I gotta give her and what she's doing, yo. Cause you know it get nasty at that level. They be like, oh, what you with that thug? It get wild. So I got and I'm saying that guy don't respect that. He think it's cooning and buffooning because we talked about scientific literacy in the middle of a court case. It's his ignorance that don't allow him to understand it. Omar, it's his ignorance that don't allow us to understand it. And I use the word ignorance mean not to know. So no, but go ahead. I just wanted to get that in.
Well, no, I pretty much agree with that. But I was just thinking about something as far as something called brotherhood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So based upon what he said, him having some type of vision, whatever, which he's full of ish. That's my personal opinion. But let's just say if we was to entertain it and we was to take him seriously, you know what I'm saying? He could have been a brother and try to reach out to you on a personal level or something like that to at least warn his brother, because I thought you're supposed to love your brother, no matter if you disagree with him or not. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. It's just having a certain amount of a level of respect and a certain amount of brotherhood and love for your people, to say even if like I said, we entertain it and we said okay, what he said was real. You know what I'm saying? He could have brought his point better and then came from a position of brotherhood and love. But it did kind of come across as a threat a little bit, right? So I understand why you got pissed off.
So if I'm sitting here not believing none of that nonsense, if I'm sitting here recognizing human beings don't got the power, not unless you literally kill a person to know when a person gonna die, I already know that, bro. Don't nobody know that. Don't nobody, man. Ain't no rhyme or reason to dying, yo. I ain't afraid to die, bro, because, I live to die. What else you gonna do? I die so my kids live. One day they'll have children, right? And they'll die so their kids live. It's the great sight. It's life. Remember, on planet Earth, death feeds life. So that's not an issue for me. The issue is nigga, you jumping out the window like you some Moses prophet from Bill. I don't know what the hell, and you can see the vision of me dying. So what, nigga? That ain't new. You know how many attempts I done had on my life before? That ain't new to me. I done look death right in the face. And what? Ain't nothing I can do about it. But I'm thinking you try and do it. You see what I'm saying? Because I know you ain't got no. I know you don't got that. I'm saying in a slick way you threatening me. That's my point. Come on, dog. I don't like to hear all that. Get out of here with that, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, and if it was a true prophecy that he received or a vision or however he want to perceive it,
from who?
You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. I don't know a lot about that guy. So I can't necessarily say that.
He's a nut.
But you know what I'm saying? Like even if I disagree with somebody and let's say I did have one and I say, you know what? Boom, I had a vision or a prophecy. You know what, brother? If you walk up that street and make a left, something gonna happen to you. So please don't go that way, brother, because you know what? Even though I may disagree with you, I got love for you. So you know what I'm saying? To at least try to come across that way. Like I said, even if we was to entertain it, but like, it sounded like he was kind of threat, making a threat. Making a threat, not only that, coming across as just being malice, like actually wishing that whatever prophecy or vision that he did have, like he would want it to happen to you.
He's not a Christian though. He's not a Hebrew. He's not a Muslim.
So I don't that was just crazy. Like I
Omar,
didn't understand that.
None of that. I understand that. He's not a Muslim. He's not a Christian. He's not none of that. So for what God gave him the prophecy ability? pseudo God. Let me read this, man. Let me move on, yo.
Go ahead, brother.
I see you, Humphreys, man. Adrian Humphreys, man. He said, did you see the Neil deGrasse Tyson video? I certainly did. Thought it was pretty right there. Very clear, very smooth. Think about it, yo. We've been talking to the community like Neil got a chance to talk to African Americans. We've been talking like that for years for the community, yo. So to have somebody with that type of sway, you know what I'm saying? Dive in the game. Beautiful, beautiful platform. Right? Now we ain't sounding as crazy. Yeah, now we ain't sounding as crazy, yo. Yeah. Now, you be like, oh shit, I heard that on Pseudo Killers, sa.neter TV. I've been saying that for years. See what I'm saying? Now the crazies become a little more crazy. The fake elbows, right? The fake people, humans pop up everywhere. The over whooping your religious beliefs, all that. They look a little more nuts now, don't it? Because now the big wheel that came out. Qualified astrophysicists was right down Club Shay Shay doing his thing. Simplistic. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. So yeah, man. Hit the link. Right, hit the Cash App, man. We got 2 super chats, man. We appreciate that, man. We in here, man. All right. And Neil did his thing, yo. I appreciate that, yo. Yeah, like that. It's all good. So let me see here. All right, where we at? All right, we're at like an hour 13, man. Let me see anybody want to get on the panel. I can throw in my last Yeah, y'all a minute. Get off y'all chest real quick. Let me put this in here real fast, man. Let me drop the Cash App, yo. All right, let's see. We are 3 Cash Apps away from our goal. All right. Man, appreciate the crowd. Got a nice, healthy crowd. 86,000 people in the building, man. Make sure I shout out everybody, send some love, yo. Let's see. Hold on. I think I called out the people that sent the love, yo. Let me see. Didn't I show that? Thought I did. Hold on. I did, Joe. Appreciate you, Joe and Elder. All right, they the 2 that hit the joint, man. Appreciate that, Joe. Joe Pseudo Killer. Right? All right. So we moving in. All right. Yeah. So I think that Neil deGrasse joint was important, man. All right. And it's work that we need. I want to present y'all with 2 texts, right? So we don't keep saying the same thing. And you can't handle a white person talking to you, then what you should do is simply tape the face up if you can't handle it. Easy work. Bill Nye's the science guy. Undeniable. Evolution and the science of creation. Bill Nye. There you go. Great examples, clear examples for y'all to understand evolution. Evolution, why we don't believe in evolution. It's a evolution is why we don't believe in evolution. See where he said that? Easy read too, y'all. Easy read, right? Easy read. Yes, a lot of people say, I don't believe in evolution. It's not a belief system. It's a knowing system. It's something you need to understand. All right. And then this right here, down on Prethero. Just look at some of his videos on YouTube, off the chain. Dino Prethero, right? Evolution, what the fossils say, and why it matters. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So, all right, since we cooking, let me do this for y'all. Think I can run through this. Let me see how many slides I got. I try not to go over 6 slides. 6, 7 slides. Let me see real quick. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I got 6 right here. All right, let me run through these 6 real quick for y'all. All right. Evolution joint. This for the back alleys on Facebook, man. This for the Barbarian Facebook group. All right. Called the Back Alley Chats. Yeah. Y'all can catch up with me right there. Let me matter of fact, since I'm doing it, let me drop that in there. I wanna put that in there for him. All right, because I said I was gonna respond to something. One of the young dudes in there. He ain't even there enough for me to even. I know he knew that group, but I ain't gonna make him famous though. Gonna make him famous, yo. Man, and then, just for the record, man, my heart goes out for Carmelo Anthony, man. Promising young man, promising future. And it's just some bad decisions, man, on both sides. Let me be clear on that, on both sides. All right. And hate to see it, right? Hopefully we can make better decisions on both sides. Both of those youth need to make better decisions, and specifically the Ura teenager, right? Uran, tough guy, tough Charlie, telling somebody where they gotta go, which is crazy, right? Tough Charlie gonna say where you can sit, where you can't sit. Where they do that at? This ain't back in the 60s. In the 50s, you can't sit in this tent. Gang banging at a track and field event. So the brother was put in a situation, y'all. No doubt he was put in a situation. And so what I did was I asked myself, damn, what would I have did if 2 big football player white boys come up saying I gotta move outside the tent? First of all, I learned early in the game, some people like traveling alone. I always like to travel with 2 serious dudes. 2 serious dudes or 2 people, can handle a lot of conflict. A lot of hand-to-hand conflict. Because we already know if we're in a sporting event, right, that you just got to be able to fight good enough. Because the police going to be there, the security going to be there, and you just can't run. You got to stand and throw them hands, right? We understood that. So what would I have done? Knowing I got a weapon in my bag. So I don't get tougher with a weapon on me. I get more peaceful because I know I got you and I know you know I don't got it. So I probably wouldn't announce I had it. Well, he didn't. And they would have said leave. I'd be like, no problem, yo. And I just would have left, yo. Then came back and beat the shit out of him. Yeah, I wouldn't have used it. I wouldn't have did it. I'd have thought better than that. I'd have looked at him. Might have cracked the joke. Really, yo? It ain't even that serious, bro. Damn, you gonna beat me up for that, yo? Come on, yo. All right, man. I'm gone, bro. You got me, yo. No issue, bro. I probably shouldn't have been underneath here, huh? You taking us back to the civil rights time, huh? You're a trip with that. I'm gone. All right, bro. I'm gone, yo. I'd have left, and when they sit their ass down, I'd have waited like for the 100-yard dash. We just snuck up on them. I'll beat them half to death, then left. That's how I did it. Just for me, that's how we get down, yo. I ain't doing all that oorah, super mechanical. I ain't doing all that. This right here is for the Barbarians. Big up to the Barbarians, man, on Facebook, man. It's a private group. I don't know if y'all can get in, but that's where I be at talking that talk. This for the Barbarians right here. Big up. Big up to the sisterhood that run the Barbarian group. Whole group of intelligent sisters. Crazy work. Crazy work. So this for them. This one of them young boys is in a group thinking he can get with me. I don't know why they think that. They all jump out there like they can. Crazy. They really can. What's up? Truth seeker, searcher, what's up?
What's going on, brother? How you doing this morning?
And the gang Trump tight, what's up? And not
Man, not
Donald
much.
Trump. And not Donald.
Man, they don't matter to me, man. As long as you're good.
What's
That's
up?
it.
What's
Nothing,
up?
man. You know, I said you was talking about evolution. You know, I have some contentions with that, disagreements with that as well. So, but I
So
say you kind of veered thought to what happened to
nah,
that young
I'm
man in
great.
Texas.
I got. Now, I just want to throw that in, man, because I seen the boy. I looked in his eyes, seen him crying, man. You know what I mean? I just hope we make better decisions, yo. And that's when I say make better decisions, I'm talking about both of the youth, right? Both of these could have made better decisions. And I just wanted to give an example of how you can handle that situation. That's all. I just wanted to touch up on that, yo. Yeah.
Yeah, nah,
I'm
man,
back
that's
to the
kind of messed
evolution
up,
now.
man.
How you want it? How you want it? How you want to get beat up on it? What you want? Oh man.
Oh,
Can I show 4 slides real quick?
oh yeah, man, I'm patient.
Patient. I ain't got the read them ship. I don't do all that. With
That's
52 slides. I don't do that. Watch this. I'm gonna get in and out. I might change your opinion. All right, so this one right here is called 2 classic examples of evolution here. I'll give y'all 2 classic examples. All right, hold on. Real quick. 2 classic examples, and we're gonna get about here. All right, let me do this. Full screen it. So we right here. We right in the sweet spot. Microevolution and macroevolution. Explain. All right. I ain't gonna talk through it. I'm gonna keep it flow. Now, what is evolution? Evolution refers to change in inherited traits within a population over generations. I emphasize over generations. Evolution does not occur in a single organism, y'all. It occurs in the population. Get that through your thick head. It emphasizes change at a population level rather than individual changes during a lifetime. So that would be development. When your kid grows up, that is development, not evolution. Microevolution versus macroevolution. Microevolution, small-scale evolutionary changes occur within a single population or species, often observed over shorter periods. These changes result from shifts in gene frequency. Macroevolution, large-scale evolutionary change above the species level, including speciation and major transitions over long geological time scales. It encompasses diversification of life. All right, so like the evolution of a elephant, right in front of your face. All right, what the evolution of a whale? That is macroevolution. You can't split them or separate them though, because it's a comprehensive theory and it's coherent. If you remove macroevolution, I agree with microevolution, then you have to agree with macroevolution. And we'll show you why.
okay.
Watch this. Macroevolution example. So I'm going to give you example of macroevolution. The peppered moth. This is the classic example of evolution, the peppered moth. Let's say the peppered moth illustrates natural selection. Light moths were camouflaged before the industrial pollution. That's when they burnt those fossil fuels. Dark moths gained an advantage as trees darkened, right? And their frequency increased when populations declined. Light moths rebounded. What is this saying? This is saying that based off of humans burning fossil fuels, these trees that were white and had light white peppered moths on them, they flourished because predators could not see them because they was camouflaged. But there was always a smaller population of dark peppered moths that lived on those same trees that were eaten on a regular basis because they stood out and the camouflage was not good. Now, once the pollution, the smog came, it darkened the trees. So now the advantage of being light left. They lost that advantage because now the trees are darker, and now the white moths stand out more frequently, and they get eaten by predators. So the population is decreased based off of they not reaching the age of reproduction because they're getting eaten. But the darker moths, they're not getting eaten as often, and they have more valuable offspring in the population. So over time, the population switches to more dark moths. That is a classic example of microevolution. Microevolution example, antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance is a clear example of microevolution. Resistant bacteria survives and reproduce when exposed to antibiotics, leading to an increase in their population over generations. These occurrences occurs through mutation and horizontal gene transfer. Now, horizontal gene transfer is also a mechanism in evolution. Natural selection is a mechanism within evolution and horizontal gene transfer. Now, macroevolution example, whale evolution from land to sea over millions of years.
Okay.
All right, 55 million. Look, early land dwelling mammals, ancestors like, what's this? Parcaturus. All right, that's on the land. 45 million to 50 million. Transitional forms such as ambulocetus, adapting.
Ambucitus.
You said that properly. Ambucentus. Look, adapting to semi-aquatic life. See, semi, right? See how that
Right.
happened? Didn't just
Okay.
dive in the water. Now, fully aquatic. Ancestral whales showing limb reduction and streamlined bodies. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Present, modern whales, highly specialized for marine environments, but they're still mammals. They're not fish. A whale is not a fish. Key takeaways. Evolution describes change in inherited traits within a population over generations. Microevolution evolves small scale changes within a species like peppered moths and antibiotic resistance. Macroevolution evolves large scale changes over deep time, such as evolution of whales and land mammals. It says microevolutionary processes, watch this, accumulate over long periods to drive what, y'all? Macroevolutionary patterns. So you
Mm-hmm.
can't separate them.
Yes, you can.
Sources. It says University of California Museum of Paleontology, Understanding Evolution. It says Oxford University Museum of Natural History, Peppered Moth, Natural Selection Experiment, Cook and Peppered Moth, and Individual Malaysian Heredity. It says Centers for Disease, Control and Preservation of what? About antibiotic resistance. All right? That's it. Now, let me get this work. Let me get you
Okay.
to work. Let's get you to work. Let's get you to work. We got a caller.
Let me know when I can speak.
Oh, you in the game, man. Appreciate you, man. You listen to the Community Skeptics, sa.neter TV. Hit that like button, man. Hit the super chat and Community Skeptics, man. If y'all trying to, support the show and hit the daggone Cash App, man, because that's where you at. And I'm doing this presentation specifically for the Barbarian group, man. That's in Facebook. And big up to the intelligent sisters that's over there to run that group, man. Appreciate that leadership right there. All right.
That's what's
Okay,
up.
go ahead, brother. Let's go. What's up? Let's talk to you. Let's talk to me. What you got
All
for?
right. Okay. So now when you was talking about the moths, one being lighter, one being darker, the circumstances behind that, ain't no disagreement with that. I wouldn't necessarily call that evolution. I would call that more adaptation.
Mhm.
Um, and changes do happen in species according to adaptation. Just like the mutation that alter. Like people always try to say, white people came from the Caucasus Mountains because it was cold and blah 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 and all this. We don't know that for sure, but it definitely was an adaptation. We can see where the mutation has altered the acceleration and deceleration of the melanin that they produce. They still produce melanin, things of that nature. That's more adaptation. My issue is when we start talking about physical anatomy being altered and changed into looking like something completely different than the species that it's supposed to be. I,
Mhm.
I, I don't think there's no evidence of that. And even the sources that you saw, you cited and everything, I get it, these guys, they respect it in they
But
field, but a lot of the stuff that they bring forth is just what y'all like to call, they like to call as well too, is scientific theory, which is, a good assumption. But none
mhm.
of that stuff can be proven, especially when we start talking about this, the whale evolution.
Mm.
Just because you found something, uh, a fossilized remain that was a land mammal, they still haven't produced every in between step to lead up into what we call a well today.
Mm-hmm.
So
We
until we,
actually have a
No,
living.
you
We
can't
actually have a
say
living.
something. No, you
oh my
can't.
God, why
No,
this
you
guy
can't
crazy?
jump in, yo. No, you cannot. No. Come on, yo. Wait your time, Gullah. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so like I say, the adaptation part, the micro evolution, I
Mm-hmm.
really too much don't have no disagreement with that because at the same time, like the moth was still a moth. You feel what I'm saying? It still
Mm-hmm.
was the same anatomy makeup. It might have been smaller, might have been larger, one might have been darker, one might be lighter. The same thing in all species. You get what I'm saying? But when we start talking about something going from
On the larger scale,
looking
right?
looking like an
Mm-hmm.
anteater to a full blown whale in the water, we
Mm-hmm.
need to be able to find every step along the way, and
You
they
sure?
haven't proven
Sure.
that yet. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
positive.
So it's two fundamental mistakes you make here. One, adaptation is a mechanism in evolution. So it's right here on the screen, just so you can see it. This is
Yeah,
Berkeley.
I have no
Hello.
issue with you saying that.
Yep. So it is. So the fact that you agree with it, you're agreeing with evolution, but then you want to tear it apart with the with the macroevolution. But remember, I talked about in my presentation that macroevolution is accumulation of microevolution.
Okay.
So small changes occur over millions of years, which
Right.
produce the well. Now, here's another thing. If I was to have a house, right? And then I say a house is fully built and I
Right.
want to do an experiment. I start taking pieces away of the house, right? Take
Gotcha.
piece away. I'm saying, and I hide them. And you only found the few of the pieces, you would still understand it was a structure though. If you had working knowledge on the structures of houses, period, right? And anatomy of houses, you don't need all the pieces. No, that's a damn house. So we don't need every fossil. That's impossible. Things are hard to fossilize. You're never going to get that evidence. That means we be up to our heads in bones. We couldn't drive around nowhere. If all the bones was preserved on planet Earth, yo, where the hell would you put them?
Right.
Right. So bones don't fossilize that easy. That's
Right.
not real, and that's an impossible thing that you're asking for. And water come, move the bones, all kind of stuff. So that we'll never have that evidence. What I'm telling you is we don't need all the pieces. Go ahead, Catalini, go ahead.
So all I want to say is, he said we don't have enough evidence for the evolution of the whale. We actually have a living relic of that split of whales becoming, land mammals and going, evolving for aquatic life. And it happened. The hippopotamus. Hippopotamus is the closest relative on land to the whale. You know what I'm saying? Just like when Unc said you had semi-aquatic life, said before they went into the water. And then two, a whale is an even-toed ungulate. What's an even-toed ungulate? Even-toed ungulates are hoofed animals that walk on their toes. You know what I'm saying? You have even-toed ungulates and odd-toed ungulates. The odd-toed ungulates are like horses, rhinos, and stuff like that. But the even-toed ungulates are like deers, cows, hippopotamus, pigs, and whales. You can still see those bones in their fins. You know what I'm saying? Of adventures of their land ancestors.
Hmm.
So why
So you got
having
to
a
here's his answer. He talked about the hippopotamus is right here on the scale.
yeah.
You can see it. Hippopotamus is directly related to a whale. There you go. And they have bones. So the things I'm showing you, they got the bones. I'm showing you. Boom, 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 boom.
Right.
All right. So there you go. All right. No, they not in one after another. No.
Yeah.
I think the real issue is this, bro. And I ain't even gonna lie to you, yo. This is a trip. The real issue is that we don't recognize that all living organisms look just like their mother and father, with a small variation. We got kids, right? Our kids look like us, right? But not exactly like us, yo. So over a million years, right? Over a million years, you could start to see the change in the fossil record. I just wanted to get that to you. Go ahead, make your point.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say too. He said adaptation. He said just adaptation. Adaptation is part of the process of evolution. It's part of the environmental fitness of that mutation.
Correct.
Well, I
Yep.
already said that, if they want to call that micro evolution, I really have no objection to that, because we do know that changes do happen in species, but the anatomy of that species don't never change. You get what I'm saying? You might have some that's longer or shorter or fatter or skinnier, but the anatomy of that species is still the same. It's just changes that, if you want to say, hey, that, that's microevolution, cool.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna ponder on that. I refer to it more as adaptation on why the changes happen. And I can see why people will say, scientists label is microevolution. So that ain't no issue with me or whatever. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
And
we
then,
got ancient
oh my bad,
remains
bro.
of hip. My bad. We got ancient remains of hippopotamus. You get what I'm saying? And there are differences in what the modern hippopotamus look like today, but the anatomy of both of them is still the same. That's how they're able to
Yeah,
know that is an ancestor of the hippopotamus, because they still got the same anatomy. With just little
but the what?
small what you say micro evolutionary changes that happen, but their anatomy is still
But
lined
if you
up. You get what I'm saying?
but if you go back further enough, you'll see that those same anatomy, anatomy, similarities with the ancestors of the whales too. Like I said, both of those animals are even-toed ungulates. You can still see the toe bone in the whale. And then too, you said moths are moths, but moths are not butterflies. Moths look like butterflies, but because they split off at a common ancestor at some point in time because of those slight changes.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, I mean, you get what I'm saying? They do still like fall up under the same category and shit. They have similarities, everything. It's subtle differences amongst them, which categorize that one as a moth and that one as a butterfly. But even those micro evolutionary changes that y'all speak about, anatomy.
The thing went out. Mike went out.
Hello.
All right, go ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
My bad. Sorry
yeah.
about that. That was my job calling me and shit, man. Call them back. I don't want to work today.
And then you got two major whale types. You got the tooth whales, which are the dogs like orcas and dogs. Then you got the baleen whales, the baleen teeth, like the blue whale, humpback whales, things like that. So how you think those
Yeah,
changes occurring? You got major species of whale family.
yeah. No, I mean, I'm, there's definitely different types of whales, but the anatomy is still lined up to where like, hey, this right here is a whale. You're talking about something that had four legs, feet and hands that look
Yeah, but
completely,
those
the
bones,
anatomy was completely different than what a whale
but,
or what a
but
whale
those
is look
bones are
like by
still
all
there
these.
though.
My bad, sorry about that, bro.
But
We got
those
I got
bones,
a delay.
those leg bones are still there in the whale, in the fins. Like you can see the position of their fins. You can see where it used to be vestiges of legs or toes inside the fin. It's not fins like fish fins. You know what I'm saying? Of course, because of the convergent evolution, it's a fin because the gaps are wide. But you can still see those tail bones within the fins of the whale. You can still see the full appendages, in the fins of the whale too. But you can see where they had legs.
Yeah, a whale is not a fish. It's a mammal. I don't know what happened to the brother. Oh my god, these motherfuckers keep calling. Hold on, man. I'm gonna be right back, man. Let me. I gotta take this call. I'm be right back.
What's going on, Judy? What's good?
Hey, what's going on, BB to me? Uncle Mod, how you doing, man?
What's going on, Judy? What's on your mind? Something crazy, probably.
What's going on, man? So you think it's crazy? You think it's all crazy coming from me?
Nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah,
That's what I'm saying. That's how you be with the Africana studies. So
yeah,
since
nah, yeah, nah, yeah. I just like to bridge the gap between the nahs and the yes. That's all. Go ahead.
uh why and I appreciate y'all pushing evolution to try to you know shatter the hoax of religion. But my only question is,
Oh, that's
how
not what
come
I'm
you
doing.
don't?
That's not what I'm doing. And I
Oh,
ain't trying
what
to
you was
stand the
doing?
hope for religion. Because I just told you they're compatible as long as people don't make empirical, you know.
Oh, so dang, man, you going backwards.
Okay,
Oh
no
man, I
problem. I
thought
don't
you was
mind going
going.
backwards. Help me get forward, Jody. Go ahead. What you got for me?
Well, I was just, I was just wondering why you don't go over Africana studies, parts of Africana studies as much as you do evolution. Every time I see you come on, you talking about evolution, 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 which is fine because it shatters religion. But
Okay.
why can't you just go over Africana studies?
Because I do go over Africana studies. The world don't even get to the evolutionary joint. Hold on. Keep talking. Give me 1 second. Keep talking. You got the floor.
All right. Also, I want everybody to understand the importance of Africana studies. Africana studies is real because it's in publicly white institutions. So when we compare, the academic consensus, we also have a viable opponent out of Africana studies.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to uh, make value out of African epistemology versus European epistemology, because European epistemology more so relies on smoking guns. So they already
What?
raised the bar to prove African matters. We know our epistemology is based on oral tradition,
Mm-hmm.
um, figurative symbology, and astronomy. Those are just few of the main methodologies that we use to retell our history. But there are differences between European epistemology and African epistemology. And when it comes to African matters, that's why you have to rely on Africana studies and African epistemology.
Origin of words?
No. So epistemology is the method that you use to prove your culture and your history. So again, European
The way you gain
epistemology
it,
relies.
the way you use it, epistemic,
So you have,
any system, philosophy, religion, science, tradition, why people believe in. Okay, so let me ask you this. Did you know that they had a Pan African conference and it had I can't even think of the damn name. What did damn what the hell is the name? Anyway, at the Pan African conference was actually that was held by a European. The name going to slip me this morning for some reason, right? And what they did was they unified different African countries, right, to bring in anthropologists, right, so they can look at the fossils, all right, and so the world would not have to look at the fossils if trained Africans trained in digging up these fossils. Okay, we wouldn't even have a good picture. But this is based in Africa itself and African countries leading the way. You know what I'm saying? That's important. You feel me? So whenever we talking about Africa, we talking about African studies. Now, what you're saying is you want African people to give their history. Am I correct?
yeah, that's correct.
I
And
think
but
that's
if you're
important.
European, yeah, but if you're European, why not respect African epistemology? Why not respect the oral tradition? Why not respect
They do.
astronomy?
They do.
Nah, because so let me tell you something. Egyptologists are the biggest disrespecters of African epistemology. So when it comes to the Heru and Akhet, they give it a date based on their epistemology, but Anthony T. Browder reinforces, and other people as well, reinforce that the Heru and Akhet is way older based on astronomy, which is African epistemology. So therein lies a disagreement per se.
Okay, so it's not an issue. It's the pseudoscience, though, bro. See, here's the issue. Just because you got Africans working don't mean they ain't gonna be pseudo. White people are a clear example of being white people digging and being pseudo. They do it all the time. So it's not a color thing. It's not we not accepting the Africans' ideas. We saying the shit is outright pseudo and wrong. But there's points where they're right. And then the community at large, y'all mess it all the way up like Diop's. Like y'all destroy the legacy of Diop's on purpose. Y'all make him say things that he said 50 years ago that ain't relevant now. And y'all bring it forward and swear we ain't, they not listening to it because it just was wrong. It was wrong. Just like white people was just wrong. And if we don't acknowledge that they wrong, then how can we move forward? So just because you're doing epistemology, African style, don't make it right. Don't make it no better. Don't make it righter. Simple as that. So I'm going to always deal with anthropology. And I want continental Africans to do anthropology. But what I don't want is a continental African making it up based off his bias and his love for his country. Like, for instance, like the African science thing. Bunch of crap. Bunch of nonsense, bunch of crap. And you know why it's a bunch of crap? Because at the end of the day, bro, you got Africans, indigenous Africans that practice science at a high level and they don't even get their credit. That's my point. I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to get you hyped. But yes, we do listen to them. But if they wrong, they wrong. Y'all got to accept. Y'all don't accept wrong. Everything y'all say is right all the time. But everybody else got to accept when they wrong. I don't like the bias in that. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, it's very telling that you
Maybe
had to
haven't.
invoke your emotions to
I just wanted to give an
respond,
emotional speech just now. I'm back to calm again.
and then you bring
Mhm.
up science and check and to joke. You do know check and to joke is our polymath, right?
You're
Everybody has
polymath.
their own polymath.
You're polymath.
Everybody has their own polymath, so we have to have ours. Specifically with check and to joke, there are some things that I disagree with.
Like what? Like what?
They only narrow down to 5%. So like when it talks about updating knowledge and stuff like that, you can't have it. It can't be a reality that if Africana Studies updates or corrects European misrepresentation of Africa, then the Africana Studies needs to be updated back to the misrepresentation of Africa. That don't even make no sense right there.
All right, so what they misrepresent? I'm listening. What's the misrepresentation? The word
You know that South
Let's go straight to
Africa,
the home run. No, let's go straight for the home run. No,
the
let's go
Stone
straight for the
Genius is
home.
South.
No, nope, I
Okay.
don't want to talk about that. I want to go straight for the low hanging fruit. Does the word Kemet mean black people or black land? Because this is the crust of what you're trying to get to. Yes or no?
So hold on. We talking about
I wanted to jump there.
we already been on that. I got
want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear.
footage. I got footage of you getting
I want to hear. Show it.
drug.
Show it. Show it.
Kemet. So hold on. So Kemet, right?
Mhm.
Kemet means a number of things.
What do it mean?
So Kemet can refer to a black woman. Kemet can also refer to the black people and also a black location based on a determinative.
Okay. Do it mean black people? Like African Americans? Do it mean that?
So Comedi U specifically means black people.
No. So we're going.
So if you have, well, hold on. If you have a BB4, I said this before. If you have a BB4 and
a
other,
BB4?
yeah, what? A BB4 means black people. They actually have a BB4 band that's from Ghana.
So this is Africana Studies, right?
You said what? Now, yeah, this all comes out of Africana Studies.
Right. See the
So
trash in it?
what
See
happens
the
is
trash in it
Europeans
though.
misrepresent and they
Nah,
water the
nope,
knowledge down.
nope, nope,
What's
nope,
going on, man? You don't want me
nope.
to say that?
No, I'm saying nope, nope. That's trash, yo. I can say it. It's trash. It's unfounded. And then y'all say it's white people being racist. That's not true. That's
But look,
wild, yo.
hey, Bobby, this is what I want to say. When I come up here, man, I don't want to come up and be on a show like I'm on The View. I want to come up on sa.neter and be able to say things that I can't say on The View. So when you police me about
I didn't
real
police.
world situations,
I didn't police
about
you.
critiquing white people, analyzing white
I
people
did
as it
no. I'm
compares to,
saying white people have no place in this conversation. You did it by acting like a white person, by racializing some people. That's a white person thing. It surely ain't a black person. No African person made races up. That was a white people thing. And the fact is, you don't know it's an exclusive white people thing. It's amazing to me. So I don't know about The View. I don't watch it. I don't know about all that. What I do know is you're sounding very white and non-African at this point to me.
well, you getting all in your emotions. So like
I'm not.
I gotta take that
No,
with a grain of
I'm,
salt.
I'm animate. Let me
You could
slow
have
it down.
just merely said that.
Let
You
me
could have
slow it
just
down.
merely said
Let
that.
me slow it down, robot. Let me slow it down for you. Hey, brother, that's very white of you to introduce the social construct race on the indigenous people that are in Africa that predate colonialism, white people thought. I'm amazed how you bring forward discredited white people ideas on a situation that wouldn't have known it. How's that for properality?
Well, how about this?
Properality,
Do
man.
you not think it would behoove us to have a race first stance, granted all the things that are going on, especially the recent incidents?
No, I think that to be ridiculous. Race is a social construct. I think we need to have an African American first stance, meaning let's protect our community from the ignorance that people promote regularly. That's the
All
stance we
right.
take. Ignorance,
So
no
let me
matter
say this about
hold
social
on,
construct though.
hold on. Ignorance, protect the community from ignorance no matter where it comes from. If the ignorance comes from the outside, protect yourself, guard your grill. If the ignorance comes from the inside, really protect yourself and guard your grill because it's that ignorance that comes from the inside that erodes at the very fabric of intelligent thought and reason. My good brother.
All right.
Mm.
You thought you got me or something?
I didn't say anything. Don't get
Okay.
emotional. Calm
I'm
it
not in
down.
my emotions, brother.
Oh,
I'm
you
just
did me
saying,
like
like,
that. You said out of nowhere because I'm animated. It's a show, bro. You got my
I
show.
got
You
you.
got my show thing. I ain't cussing you. I ain't tripping. I ain't over talking you.
All
Matter of
right, I'm
fact, I
good.
appreciate you being up here so we can look at the clear quote unquote. You just refuse to add anything to your studies, bro, and I can't help you. Like you actually think if the
What
word
you mean? Hold on. You don't even know what I don't add to my studies because when you ask me what I disagree with about check and to joke, I never really answered that because the
go ahead and answer.
conversation
Go right to it.
actually
Go
grew
to it.
on.
Go to it. Stop.
Uh
We can stop
so
right now. Go to it.
so pretty much I think some of our Afrocentric master teachers who are now Shepsu actually got it wrong about the Hyksos and invading. How Kemet stayed black all the way up until about the middle of the 26th dynasty, as far as being a population. Now, as far as being the last black native dynasty, yes, that goes to the 30th dynasty. But our
What is a
master
black
teachers
native dynasty,
do.
yo?
You
What the
said
hell is
what?
that? What is a black native dynasty? What the hell is that?
I said the last native dynasty. Did I say black? I meant to
Yeah, I'm
say
trying to know what the
last
hell it.
native dynasty.
What do you mean? Yeah, you
So
can.
the 30th dynasty is the last native dynasty, but the 26th dynasty is the last powerful and black dynasty.
You mean the 25th dynasty? You mean the Nubian dynasty? That's the
Nah,
25th dynasty.
the 26th dynasty. Actually, see what happened was they was the ones that start being diplomatic, but they were still black and powerful. So you end that black
Uh,
power at the 26th dynasty.
so what about the 26th dynasty?
The
I mean
25th was the
25th.
Kushite dynasty. Yeah, the
Right.
25th. The reason why the 25th dynasty had to come on is because the quote unquote Libyan dynasty was crumbling and they started doing things and betraying parts of Kemet during his fractured era, and Pi had to step in. King Pi had to step in and regulate things, and then that began to form the 25th dynasty.
So basically, say any damn thing.
I mean, you can look that up. That's how
Man, you saying
American academia actually documents that.
Let me get this straight. So the Kushite dynasty that's coming from deep in the south, they ain't the black dynasty. It's the 26th dynasty that's the black dynasty. Bunch of hogwash.
Nah, you made that narrative all up, trying to bend everything up I just said. So I said the 25th dynasty, who was also a black dynasty, reinforced things when the 24th dynasty was losing grasp of Kemet. So now going on to the 26th dynasty, again, that still was a black dynasty, but the 26th dynasty started to be diplomatic to Greeks and Assyrians.
So basically, black people killing black people, fighting black people, basically, right?
Nah, it's black people not wanting to be race first and wanting to be diplomatic to beggars and people who are trying. Yo, you hear what I'm saying, bro?
I don't.
Come on, let's stop playing the game.
The word Kemet means black people. Then some black people from Nubia, so you say, came in. They had been fighting against other black people. Said, no. If it ain't nothing but black people, then it's black people fighting black people. Then, right? Ain't that what's wrong with that?
So hold on. You specific.
You gotta say, brother Unky, right, and then we can move forward. Am I right or not?
When it comes to the 26th dynasty,
what about the
failures of Kemet
dynasty?
Yes, black people were. Hold on. Don't get too far. Don't crash out.
I gotta crash out.
Bobby.
No,
you right. Bobby, you right.
Call me Bobby.
Robert.
Why you do that?
What you want me to call you, man?
You see the name on the damn screen, don't you?
Unk the God Killer.
You can just say Unk.
But if you think this way about Kemet, how do you get to have the name Unk?
You call me Bobby when
you used to be Bobby Banger or not?
You trying to be
not used to be Bobby Banger?
I ain't hear you say Bobby Banger. It's the way you use it. You wasn't using it as a term of love, like my friends say.
All right, let's stay on topic. It's your show.
You use it.
This your show. Let's stay on topic.
Like I don't know. I don't like the way you said it. So you can call me Bobby Banger because I'm banging on you right now. I don't got an issue with that. You can call me but when you say Bobby, you got to say my whole name. That's how they say it. No, say my whole name, nigga. Bobby West, nigga. You can say that. I'm cool with that.
All right. So back to the information. I respect that. I respect you, brother.
It was all black. Am I correct?
So all right. So yes, it was all black. So now you did have black on black envy. Hold on, I'm trying to finish. I'm reinforcing you and I'm vindicating you.
Wrap it up.
So you did have black on black conflict.
Right. There you have it.
In Africa, right?
There you go.
And
in the Nile Valley.
And in the Nile Valley, yes.
There you go.
But what happened was
what happened?
The Greeks watched our conflict with the Black Persians. Yeah, and out of that, they invaded. Yes. Are you really serious right now,
You got me. We had the 2-hour moment, ladies and gentlemen. It was the Black Assyrians that took the Black Kemet, the Black Greeks, and the Black Romans.
You butchering it up. Butchering it up for entertainment. So you want me to run? You want me to run through it again?
No. Are the Persians black? Yes or no?
So the Persians are considered black, but they're mixed. They are considered black from a historical standpoint, but specifically they are mixed.
The Greeks are black, correct?
No.
Now the Greeks ain't black?
No, you can't be a Greek black. What you can be is a Canaanite mercenary who went up into Greece, helped begin a civilization called Minoa or Mycenae. And then over time, when the barbarians are mad and jealous and want to take things back, then it becomes Macedonia, Greece, and all this other stuff.
What's up, Grant? How you doing? He got me. He has dragged me down to his level and beat me with his ignorance. He got me.
Yeah, he's got us all. I hadn't heard of the Black Persians, which is quite interesting. I mean, you really misunderstood. I mean, number one, African studies being in PWIs doesn't make it truer, correct? In essence, it's scholarly work. People who are doing and asking the questions about Black history and the origins of the oppression and how our skin and our bodies were used. And I think it's important, correct? And I think they're contextualizing our history in the right way. But to then sort of woo it up with all the other stuff, it just doesn't make any sense. You know, you can make all the claims that the Egyptians were all Black, the Persians were Black. You can pick whatever other group in that region is Black. It doesn't change the fact that you're unrelated to them, correct? That you should be worried about the West Africans where you're from, and you should be learning about West African history. And I think it's important that I understand one is seeking its, an origin story to have importance and significance. But what you shouldn't do is make up your own history and to completely deform basic information in order to conform with some Blackology belief system you have. It's more embarrassing because in essence, I get the sense you want Black Americans to have some level of greatness, which is true. We do. But then you bastardize it by making up nonsense and pretending that you're providing some scholarly view of it. I think if you want to be serious about the significant work that both Black Americans and Africans have had on humanity and civilizations, I think one should, sit down and I think attempt to read a lot more books and understand how scholarly work is compiled. And I think you'll have a much better sense of the contributions that Black Americans and Africans have had on the world without this kind of wooing of Black history.
So, tell you what, man.
Let me respond to that because that was a lot, and that was a narrative that he injected in there based on.
Hold on, you talking quick, yo. We out of here, bro. We just wanted to end with that. We're gonna pick it up later on, man. I appreciate y'all listening to sa.neter TV. Appreciate you to Hootie coming on, bro. You know we have good discussions, yo. Yeah, I mean the party's over with, and we would like to say to Hootie, stop the cat. I just went in with that. Cap. I call Cap on 99% of what you said. Nah, I'm gonna say 85%. He was capping. But there is a need for Africans to continue to tell their history. I agree with you on that. But there's also a need for them to keep it where they supposed to professional. The same thing with Europeans. It's a need for them to keep it professional and accurate. All groups need to keep history accurate and should not be moved by their biases, but we know they are. That's why, as much as possible, we use science, man. If y'all around, man, make sure you check out the Galaxy and Beyond show, right? All right, starring Juju, Space Age African Anthony, and Guy. Make sure you catch the Sad Talk, right? I don't know if he quit. Did you quit? I don't know. He said he quit. I don't believe me, Cap. I'm gonna call Cap. I'm gonna call Cap on the quit. He don't quit. He like me. He love the action. He can't stop the action. He can't. He quit, and then he can't stop. So I'm gonna call Cap on him quitting. Be there. He gonna do another show, and we're gonna leave him alone. We ain't gonna leave him alone. We not gonna needle him. He just put us off. Appreciate you, bro. Man, let's talk about it, man. The Community Skeptics, man. And you know, right now we live streaming from the Community Skeptics, man. And sa.neter TV. Big up to sa.neter, man. He doing his thing. Big up to him. We appreciate the brother, yo. We call him the Godfather, yo, in that space that was outside on that concrete. He brought together all the communities of information. Allowed everybody a chance to speak. Gotta give him his credit, yo. He started the black market to get the information out, whether it's right or accurate or not. It's for you to determine based off your level of scientific literacy, but we give him a big up to him, yo. They say give him his flowers. I say give him what the hell he earned. Give it to him. We need to get that Wikipedia page straight too. It's wild. It's wild about the country. Wild misinformation. Anyway, man, we appreciate everybody, man. You know, we double streaming right from the community skeptics. So we're skeptical of what human beings got to say. Skeptical, completely skeptical. Hit the Cash App, man. Ghost, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that love, man. All right. Appreciate that for real. Let me check the Cash App, see if we reached our goal, man. That make me be back here tomorrow, man. Y'all got me on that one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we reached our goal, yo. DeVell, appreciate you, man. Joel and Elder Yara, man. We reached our goal, man. Appreciate that for the day, man. Man, y'all listening. Double stream from sa.neter TV in the House of Consciousness, man. I run this channel over here, sa.neter TV, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, man. Appreciate all the work. Y'all know how we doing around here, yo. Yo, we fighting intellectual. We intellectual gunfighters. Big up to the barbarians, man. Big up. I'ma always shout out intelligent sisters, man. They run that thing. They be beating them down. Oh, man. Yeah.
Protected by the Black Widow. Protected by the Black Widow. Good juju. Bad juju. I speak loud on the mic. Knowledge to the people. I speak loud on the mic. Knowledge to the people. Where the fuck you been? Bomb little niggas again. We buck the trend. It's been a trend. Poor desert. Eagles again. Never say this line again. Never sipping Heineken. Black Panther riding again. Always on my mind to win. I'm where I supposed to been. Black Widow protect me. Feds lose again. Nigga, cheat the win. Dope fiend never win. I speak loud on the mic. Knowledge to the people. Protect the youngsters. We pull desert eagles. Never say this line again. Never sipping Heineken is where I win. Black Panther riding again. When niggas break wild, no slack. I'm cutting like an axe. Kick door can cut in the tracks. Good juju. Bad juju. Never been in a gang but stay crewed up. We answer beepers, can't be tracked, computer hack. Protect the weaker, don't wear tattoos. But if I did, it be the reaper. Never say this line again, let truth be where we begin. Christians talking reckless, claiming we born in sin. Capping, let us begin. Pseudo killers to the rescue again. Never tripping, we teaching STEM forces, those tripping. Choose again to the pseudos. It's always grim, we play to win. God killer again. Always time to defend. Bit the trend, King souls to the king. If I can't, chill and be Kent. Malcolm Finch, those niggas for the win. TED talk, bitch, walk. Advanced time enough for them youngest. Space age Africans. Anthony with the space. And yeah, jump, we smacking them.
The HOK is the toughest environment. And or at your own risk is the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Yeah, stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah. No hand you respect. And when you do, you make they ass regret. They call it the toughest, and the title is earned from the bridges we crossed and the lessons we learned. In a cool-blooded kingdom, a concrete cage. Muslim, Christian, Israelites step on the stage. I dare you, I dare you, I dare you, I dare you. In a cool-blooded kingdom, sa.neter created. H-O-K, where you can't fake it. The H-O-K is where you fight back. No room for error, no window attack. It's a masterclass, how you handle the heat. Where the pedigree is written on the concrete streets. Toughest environment, yeah, we know the score. Locked in on debate and asking for more. The H-O-K is the toughest environment. Enter at your own risk, it's the toughest environment. The H-O-K is the toughest environment. Stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah.
I'm your host, Bobby Banger. I see y'all tomorrow morning, man. I appreciate all the pseudo killers in the damn building, man. I appreciate all my supporters from sa.neter TV, man. I appreciate the love that we getting, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. We doing our thing, man. You got to ask yourself, yo. Somebody really got to be your brother to allow you to run a channel when you be banging on them damn pseudos. Nah, man, that's real love coming from that side, man. Ain't never no conflict between me and that brother, yo. We appreciate him, yo. And we respect the work that he do. Whether we agree with the pseudos or not, we live in a place where free thought is warranted. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, and with that, we are out. Big up to all the damn pseudo killer officials, man. Man, they're a serious group of dudes. And dudes. And call them dudes, the sisterhood. And big up to the barbarians, man. Big up. Y'all know what it is. And with that, man, get in the server. If y'all don't got the link to the server, man, you know if you belong when you get in there, man. And with that, we out.